So I want to thank everybody for coming out today. We want to welcome you to Paristown, and I want to do a little bit of history, and then we've got some few speakers, and then we're going to shovel some dirt today. Paristown was founded in 1854 by a gentleman named T.Y. Brent. He was a wholesale grocer, and this was the first kind of designed suburban neighborhood. We were way outside the city limits in 1854. This was his farm that he carved up, and we're fortunate to have about 125 of those cottages left that were built right after the Civil War. By 1900s, Paristown was a happening place. The city was rocking and rolling. We were part of Reconstruction of the South, and this was a hard-working, fast-moving neighborhood. But as you can see behind us, the industrialized society of the 20th century has not been kind to a large portion of our neighborhood. But we're here today to kind of change that. So there's a famous French author, Jean Giorno. We've got a couple French-speaking union people here in the crowd. I'm not going to mess with our French friends, but I'm not going to try it in French. But the idea is to imagine is to choose. And as I sat down with the mayor about 5 years ago, we had lunch at the cafe, and we started talking about the idea of renovating and restoring this part of our city. You know, instantly he said yes. He chose to get on board and introduced us to our great friends at Louisville Forward, who've just done an amazing job in working for the city and for everybody, along with our friends at Metro Council, who got on board early and said yes. They chose to participate. And then we were fortunate enough to run into our friends, Kim Baker and Don Parkinson, who, after a long study said, hey, we can be part of restoring an entire neighborhood with their building. So the last piece was Joanne. I know Joanne from the Neighborhood Association. We've got an amazing neighborhood association here in this little community. It's just about 50 acres. We're bounded by Barrett and Breckenridge and the Creek and Broadway. But there's just lots of great people who live here, and they have been unbelievably supportive for this project. Participated in a lot of, I know, things with Kim. They've been to all the meetings. We've tried to honor everybody's suggestions and make sure that we're going to have a great place to be. So today we come together to choose a new chapter for Paristown. We envision a thriving, sustainable place, a place that celebrates the importance of design, art, craft, and the environment, a place that celebrates education within the cultural heritage of everybody's home here, Louisville, Kentucky, a place where we will create a neighborhood that takes care of its neighbors, a place that values the quality of life created through the creation and common sense of our community and offers places to work, live, learn, relax, grow, and most importantly, we're going to have a lot of fun. So I want to introduce you to our newest neighbor, Kim Baker, with the Kentucky Center for the Arts. And we've been working on this for, I think, Don, we were talking about 4 years we started these conversations. And if you're not familiar with Kentucky Center for the Arts, it is an amazing part of our state. It's an amazing part of our community. And I cannot say enough about the professionalism that exists in their board and their operations. We cannot ask for a better neighbor to come into our little neighborhood. So I'm going to turn it over to Kim. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Steve. We are excited to be here with you, and this is a really exciting day for Louisville and Kentucky and the arts as we grow and we expand, building upon our deep experience in performing arts venue management. We really want to thank those who have been working with us along the way, and it has been a journey for sure. Definitely our wonderful board of directors, our Kentucky Center board under the leadership of Mr. Bruce Ferguson, and our Kentucky Center Foundation board under the leadership of Tim Galbraith. We also have a joint board, the Paristown Building Committee, and Philip Allen has been leading that committee. And these boards have just been really incredible and vigilant all along the way. Secretary Parkinson, Deputy Secretary Regina Stivers of the Tourism, Arts, and Heritage Cabinet have been incredible. Mayor Fisher, Mary Ellen Wiederwall, Teresa Zarwacki, the Paristown Preservation Trust, and our good colleagues at the Louisville Orchestra, Andrew Kipe and Teddy Abrams, and our good friends and presenting partners too, John Grants, Billy Hardison, and Joe Algebright at Production Simple. So you can see a lot of people have been involved in making this day possible. We are constantly listening to the community and constantly listening to the patrons that perform in our venues and the people that use our venues, and also looking at what's happening in our world of the performing arts and the arts in general. And as a result, we are responding in a bold new way by expanding our footprint across this community in an effort to increase access to the arts and create a totally different Kentucky Center experience for our artists and our patrons. Here are some specifics about this exciting new venue. The project is a $12 million building, 28,000 square feet standing room, accommodating up to 2,000 people. Its design is flexible and fluid. It has outstanding acoustics as well as a wonderful proscenium stage and a portable stage that you can move all over the venue for a variety of setups, including performances in the round. The sight lines are excellent. There will be plenty of space for audiences to move and linear bars that will line each side of the space. In developing Paristown, we have drawn inspiration from other leading venues across the country, like the San Francisco Soundbox, the Cannery Ballroom in Nashville, and the Orange Peel in Nashville. And we have tried to emulate these venues, but also make it very authentic to us here in Louisville and Kentucky. KC at Paristown will include an adjacent green space that will be activated through public events and festivals. We're very excited about this. And the building will have the built-in infrastructure to support live streaming films and media. There is a venue for local, regional, and national artists of all kinds right here in Paristown, including top touring bands, collaborative projects, new works, and non-traditional performance experiences. Audience will experience a whole different take on the region's performing arts, and you'll see programs that range from rock bands to partners such as the Louisville Orchestra performing new work in this distinctive alternative space to the traditional concert venue. Beyond shovels, dirts, and buildings, we have demonstrated a commitment to this community in our education and community outreach with the Governor's School for the Arts, Arts and Healing, Arts Reach, and school programs that span the Commonwealth, and that will be present here in this neighborhood as well. I am proud to be a part of the community that braces the arts. We are constantly listening to the community, as I said before, and we feel this project will take us into the next 30 years of the Kentucky Center. Thank you all very much.
Well, good afternoon. It's an honor to be here to talk about tourism in Kentucky. It's the third largest industry in the state, and it's growing, and things like this keep it growing even stronger. Right now, Kentucky's on a roll. If you look around what's going on right now with employment, new investment, with Amazon air operations in northern Kentucky, Toyota's expansion, and then Brady Industries, the big aluminum operation in Ashland, we have a lot going on right now. We're on a roll. And here in Louisville, we have the Convention Center, which is also in the cabinet. And thanks to Karen Williams and the team down there, we're going to be able to get that thing financed and open by August the 1st. It's going to be tight, Karen, but we're committed to getting the Convention Center open. That's why you're seeing so many hotels under construction. It's amazing what that's done to spur investment and development. This project right here is really important to us because it's going to create new jobs, new businesses, preserve some historic places, but also it's going to create a lot of economic activity. Let me give you some numbers here. This is a $34 million investment all in with everything you see around here. It's $71 million economic investment. It's $6.4 million in proposed taxes that we'll get from the state, or incentive we're going to give to the operation, and then $7.4 million gain overall the next 10 years. So it's a great gain for Kentucky and for Louisville, and the best part of it is we have no cash in the deal. This is all being done outside, which is really good for us since we have no cash in Frankfurt. But I'd like to thank Steve and Howard for their vision in seeing all this operation where it could be one day. We started 4 years ago in a back room in Louisville Stoneware. and here we are today. And it's something really amazing that it's taken a long time to get there, but we're here now, and we have the right partners and the right investment. It's really going to be very good. I'd like to also thank the Kentucky Center Board, the endowment for making this happen, and the staff. We have great days ahead. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you.
All right, well, good afternoon and welcome to District 4. It is such an honor to be the Metro Councilwoman. I'm Barbara Sexton-Smith, newly elected to this position, and it's so exciting. And Ed Glasscock, I just got to tell the crowd, ladies and gentlemen, I believe Ed Glasscock is going to deserve a round of applause. He's the longest standing board member at the Fund for the Arts, so give Ed a round of applause. Ed, thank you for hanging in here all these years. This is a glorious day. And another giant who's among us today, I want to mention her leadership has helped bring the Kentucky Center for the Arts and its foundation and its governing board where it is today. We must recognize and thank again Madam Madeline Abramson. Mayor Greg Fisher has reminded me on a number of occasions we have many jobs as elected officials, but one of those jobs is very important. It is to constantly help folks remember our history and where we've come from, think about how it connects to where we are today, and then he says, Barbara, go build that bridge to where we're going to be tomorrow. So we must mention we are in Paristown Point neighborhood. Yes, this is the Paristown project. Howard, where are you? Howard Vogt and Steve Smith have told me on all the many meetings we've had that the branding is very important for the project, and so is the history. So once again, a round of applause for the president of the Paristown Point Neighborhood Association, Joanne Robinson. This is a very special moment for me, and many folks are used to me making a personal connection to every few remarks I make. How many of you were born in Paristown Point? Oh, come on. I cannot be the only person. Come on, Mary Ellen Wiederwall. Okay, is that Mike? Mike Maloney in the back. All right, that's three of us. I don't have my... Who do we have right here? Oh, Sue, I can't see you. I need some contacts here. All right. Paristown Point is the home of the historic, built in 1924, Kentucky Baptist Hospital. We were born here, and my mother received her Army Corps Cadet nursing degree right over there. So in the back room 4 years ago, yes, I brought a mint julep cup stamped by Louisville Stoneware. There's a lot of cheering and a lot of toasting to do today. Mayor Fisher's going to ask us to don these hats, so I brought my own mayor. Mayor, can you top this hat? I'm not going to try. Oh, he's not going to try. So in true fashion, together through the arts, we create a great American city, and a great American city is safe, healthy, educated, and vibrant, and most importantly, it is connected. So right here, after $34 million, thank you, Don Parkinson, for your leadership from the Commonwealth of Kentucky, we're going to all come to this point, and we're going to share and imbibe, and we're going to have great times and get connected. Is that right? All right, together through the arts, we create a great American city. Thank you very much.
All right, folks, look, so I'm pulling up here smiling from ear to ear because the Pied Piper of this project, Steve Smith, with the able assist from Howard Vogt, have put so much time and energy into this over the last several years, and like this is me like really fired up right now, okay? And Steve's up here like being so incredibly low key and reading the history, and Joanne, I mean, it's all important, but this is a big, big day that like half a decade of work has gone into, and there should be some hooping and hollering and shouting going on here. I mean, big time. Don't you want to like yell or something, Steve? I mean, let's hear something from you, huh? You just too tired, man? You having second thoughts about this project? This is such a huge deal. And the way that it's been put together with all these partners is just a textbook for how you do a public-private partnership here in our city. And it's coming just at the right time. When you take a look at what's going on in Louisville right now, we've got $11 billion of capital construction that's either going on or has taken place since 2014. So nothing like that's ever happened in any of our lifetimes here before. And so how do we keep adding projects to this mix that really give us character, authenticity, kind of a new twist? We're not just emulating these projects in other cities. We're exceeding those projects in other cities. This will be the best project of this type anywhere in the country when it's complete, okay? So this is what we got going on here. You're going to see innovation here. You're going to see a vibrant urban landscape. You're going to see a lot of sustainability, and you're going to see a complement to what's going on when you think about our surrounding neighborhoods that's happening here. In Nulu, of course, 10 years ago, think about where it was to where it is right today. Amazing growth there, not unusual for it to be on the front page of the New York Times, the London Times, talking about Nulu and what's going on in our city. We've got a great new hotel that's just being added there. Also, the first distillery going into Nulu. And Smoketown, when you think about the renaissance of Smoketown now, sustainable residential living is thriving with the redevelopment of Shepherd Square. Germantown, another great edge neighborhood, is seeing tremendous growth with renovation of residential living, both in houses, but then multi-unit residential as well, restaurant and food experiences. And the Highlands is welcoming lots of new retail shops, breweries, apartment living, art galleries, etc. And right down Barrett Avenue here, we'll soon decide on the best redevelopment plan for the Urban Government Center, which is going to be a huge project approaching probably $100 million for our city as well. And so this Paristown development is a great example of learning from the best of all of these. You put a few very creative minds together, and amazing things can happen when you just keep asking people, hey, I've got this great idea. I think it's a great idea. Would you like to be involved? The state says, we'd love to be involved. Ted Mitzloff says, we'd love to be involved. Kim says, yes, bring us on as well. It goes on as well. So this is a big deal for the city. A lot of people participated. A lot of them have been thanked. But Don, thank you for being a guy that says yes. Okay, this whole project was about saying yes. When Steve first sat down, he said, you think we can do that? I said, hell yeah, we can do it. You know, it's going to require a lot of work, but these guys know how to work. Don Parkinson says, yes, let's get it done. Paristown Preservation Trust, beautiful part of our city. Thank you. Kentucky Center. Teddy Abrams, I don't think Teddy's here today, but he's helped design this center for us. And, you know, when he's involved, and he's always, you know, well, for $1 million more, we can do that. And then for $2 million more, we can do that. So this project did not start off with the budget it ended up with. Bruce Ferguson, thank you very much on that, okay? And then when you build this around some of our great local companies, when you think about Louisville Stoneware and the investment that Steve and his partners are putting into the Stoneware project and how that's going to be right here, and it's an important part of our tourism experience that people are having right now with the takeoff in bourbonism that's happening in our city. And then after all this work is done, who doesn't want to go and have a good cold beer? Goodwood Brewing Company, thank you, Ted, for you and your team being part of this as well. So this is going to be a great addition to the city. Can't wait to see where it's done. As you see what's happening with the renaissance and resurgence of downtown coming through the medical district, coming through Smoketown, going to Phoenixville, the Highlands, Shelby Park, etc. This whole area of town is just booming with activity, and this is a really, really important part of it. So this just shows what happened when a little vision comes together, hard work comes together, and great partnerships. So thanks, everybody, for being here today. Let's enjoy this day. Come on. Fire it up.